Gareth, you said after the game on Saturday that was the most challenging week of your managerial career. Has this week started better for you?
Yeah, I've had some bad weeks as well, by the way, so that's saying something. Most challenging off the pitch as well as on the pitch. I know what this club means to people. I really do, so to me, to have that on my shoulders a little bit, and I'm not totally all mine, but I did want to take the pressure off the players and let them go and play this system we worked really hard on this week. Boys really put the graft in, and questions and repetition, and I think that they really bought into what I wanted to do and gave me some things that I didn't even know were there, and some of the performances were just outstanding, really were, as well as all the fans. So I want to say thank you to them, because it's easy to drop off, it's easy to want change, it's easy to come out and be negative, but the positive ones, the ones who stay, the ones who, it's hard to dig deep sometimes, but they really did. And I said to the boys this morning, you set the tone, boys, when you were pressing, when you were forcing Cardiff into mistakes. How good was that for our fans? Not just you, and the fans bought in. They did exactly what I wanted them to do. So thank you, and you all played your part on Saturday. But yeah, another challenging week to come. Obviously, Ipswich at the end of the week, but this Carabao Cup tie, which was delayed a week because of the pitch. So can't wait to get to Loftus. I haven't seen the pitch yet, actually, and since the summer. Looking forward to getting in there, and I hope it's ready, because I like to say, but I'm sure it is. Looking forward to the Carabao Cup tie on Wednesday, which is going to be an opportunity for some other players to show me exactly what they can do.
And there's undeniably a bounce around the training ground this week after the weekend result. As a manager, as a head coach, do you look to amplify that bounce, or do you look to manage it?
No, I want people to be happy coming into work, So there's some of the smiles on the faces, even Caroline on the front desk, and everybody, the development squad who had their own game, and then the under-18s. It just, honestly, gives a good feeling to everything, because really it's about that first team game. It's about we're a football club, and the football team on a Saturday dictates so much of the mood around here. So if there's not a bounce, I try and put a bounce in, but believe me, the bounce was there this morning. I'm really proud and pleased that everyone can enjoy coming into work. That's all I want. That's all I ever want. I want players to walk through the door and think, I love it here. I want to come here, and staff members as well. No matter what you do at this training ground, come and enjoy it. And the result obviously helps. So thank you.
You promised the fans that your players would leave everything out on the pitch. That can't be disputed at the Cardiff City Stadium. Your issue now is that you have a game on Wednesday evening. How do you approach this game? Yeah,
listen, I want to be fair to the fans and tell them exactly. I said a change was coming at weekend, and I hope they trusted me and thought, we'll get behind that. This week, I'm undoubtedly going to have to change a few bodies, because Ipswich is a huge game on Saturday. We want to back up in the league what we've been doing. The work the boys have put in, the work the medical team and the performance team have put in to keep these boys fit and to get them in the top condition. I know people might be saying, well, they should be able to play 3 games a week, but sometimes the demands are so high, they're travelling mentally and emotionally and physically, So, there'll be some changes in the team. I want to give opportunities to some of these younger players to show me what they can do. I want them to play a part. I want them to be part of this, and I think that Wednesday's a great opportunity for them to gain experience in a first team in front of a crowd to hopefully show me what they can do. But really looking forward to the game, and Norwich will be a tough challenge. They're a good side. David Wagner's a good manager, and he's gonna definitely want to progress in this trophy, as am I. Let's see what happens.
In terms of Norwich City, they were involved in a 4-4 thriller with Southampton at the weekend. Do you anticipate they will make changes as well?
I don't know. I honestly can't think for another manager. I know that it's tough as a manager sometimes, because it's 2 days, really, 48 hours, and you're thinking about the next game, and that's Ipswich on Saturday, and I'm sure Norwich have got a big game, and I don't actually know who they've got, but I know what I've got. I know what we've got coming. It's going to be tough. It's going to be our first home game as well. I want everyone to be firing. I want people who've talked about this Cardiff trip to bring it back to Loftus Road and say, this is what it was like. This is what we are. Listen, we ain't going to win every game this season. I hope we do, but we'll go in them believing that we can. And after Watford, that was tough to turn that around, to turn that belief around. This week, I've got all the evidence I need on the screen to say, this is what you did. Let's get out there and go and do that again. But in between, I've got an opportunity for some of these players who may be going, Gaffer, I want to be part of this, to say, okay, show me. Show me on Wednesday what you can do, because we've got a good thing going here.
And in terms of team news, Jack Colback hasn't been involved as yet as he's building up his fitness. Is there any update on him? And also, are you able to give an indication as to which younger players can look to be involved on Wednesday?
No, I think the names will be apparent. You know, the ones who have been with the first team and you know, they came to Austria and they've played in some of the pre-season fixtures. Without a doubt, you know, those names will be involved Wednesday. Regards Jack, he's unfortunate. He was ill and he had an illness last week. So you know, conspiracy theories can think what they want. Jack was ill and and Chris Willock had a minor knock. You know, there's no transfers going on or anything. These two players are huge, and then you add Jimmy Dunn into the mix and Jake Clark-Salter. You know, these are players that have played hundreds of games between them. You know, so to add those to that squad on Saturday, and you know, your two young boys, Alex Ahura and Ryan Colley on the bench. You know, the future's good here. It really, really feels like it's a good place, and I've got what I want to get in. You know, the dressing room is definitely shifting towards this culture that I want. Now everything's positive. So Jack, hopefully, will be in and around it this week, maybe this weekend. I think Jimmy, the eternal optimist, you'd think he'd never done anything to his shoulder. He thinks he'll be back next week. I think there'll be a bit of time on Jimmy. Jake Clark-Salter's out training, which is, you know, absolutely superb. So you know, we're really pleased that these boys are going to be added to the mix, and yeah, look forward to seeing what we can do.
And just finally, what do you want from the QPR supporters, particularly with regards to getting behind those younger players who'll be involved at Loftus Road on Wednesday?
Be proud that we've got this squad of players that are pushing in some of the experienced members and are going to be relied on. You know, look at Sinclair. You know, 20 years old, gets his first goal. Sensational performance as well from him. So we can get these players up to speed. We can do this. These games are brilliant for this, but also it's the Carabao Cup, it's the League Cup. I played in it when it was I think Coca-Cola or Worthingtons or whatever it was called back then. And you just want to play us again. You want to win. You want to perform well. So the League Cup, yeah, very important. I want to get through to the next round, but I also don't want to risk anyone because we've had to sort of take things a little bit slower than usual, just because the squad's a little bit thinner. But just because it's thinner doesn't mean that it's lacking quality. I thought that was a brilliant performance on Saturday at a tough place away from home, you know, a different country, if you will, and that's always a challenge. But boys came up trumps, and I want that week in, week out, and that's why there'll probably be a few rotations.